A little crafty home on the YouTubes. Welcome. And today we're not going to be doing a craft per se. We are going to be talking about my top 10 favorite crafting tools. Yay! With one bonus tool. So, my top 11 paper crafting tools. My first is, this was a major expense for me back in the day. I think it cost like $35. And I was like, I don't know, I don't want to spend $35 on something I'm not sure I'm going to use all the time. I could just use my X-acto knife to cut my paper. Heck no. This is amazing. I don't know if they make this anymore. If they do, I will link to it below in the comments. But this is the Boston 2612 guillotine style paper cutter. It has the guide so that you can move this along, and if you have to cut several sheets of paper, you know, that are a certain measurement, you can just go against the guide. You don't always have to line it up. It's got the grid so you can guesstimate. And the best thing is you can see this blade. There's screws. You can remove the blade, take it to, I took it to Ace Hardware. Ace Hardware had a knife and blade sharpener, and they sharpened it for me, and then you just screw it right back in. It's awesome. I've had this for probably about 20 years. It's gone through the ringer. Right now on the back, you can see the little rubber feet. I need to do something about that and get new rubber feet because they're like melted and sticky. My next is, I've used it a lot. I still don't know how to pronounce it. It's the Cocoina Italian glue. This is the glue stick. This is the paste, which comes like this with a little brush in the center and smells like almonds. Oh, I mean, if you're going to sniff glue, this is the glue to sniff. But don't, because I don't know if that's dangerous or not. Next is some Judykins products. The first is their diamond glaze, which you see I have in the industrial strength size. This is 18 ounces. This comes in handy. I use it to like fill, it's self-leveling, so I'll use it to like fill, like remember the magnet video? Boop, boop. I used it to fill the bottle caps. I've also used it on cards, and you can paint with it. Like if you just have a little area, like say water, if you want to add water droplets or anything, you can paint with this puppy. It's amazing. I love that. Judykins mini envelope templates. I love them so much. I bought 2 sets just in case they either stop ever making them or I lose the set. They come with 3 envelopes. This is the square. Then there's the little gift tag. And then there's the little coin envelope. I use these a lot. This is one of my little envelopes here. I think it's just an envelope. I don't think there's a card inside. Nope. So here's the small gift tag envelope. And so I made a little gift tag. Can you see that? How adorable is that? And here. And sometimes I'll just like, you know, mark these out and cut them out while I'm watching TV. I tend not to use the large square one very often, but I have used it. Here is my next favorite tool, which is my bone folder. The bone folder, I just love, because when you want to score your paper, like say you're doing this envelope, and you can just score right in there. They give you the score lines, and then when you take this away and cut it out, the score lines are already there, and foldy, you're done. My next favorite tool are my they're mostly the EK punches. I think one of these is Stampin' Up. And it's not so much the punch itself, although these tag shapes are probably some of the favorites. I also love this flower shape. I use this flower shape probably most of all. You can see here on this flower, that I've used 3 and then just crumpled them up, and there's a YouTube video, I'll link to it. The thing I like about them is that they stack so nicely, because you know you have all those punches and they're just all over the drawer and looking all crazy. Okay, so here it's open and ready for action, and I can just punch my tag, and when I want to store it, I flip this little button and it stays flat. Now, these two are from EK, so I guess they changed the coloration somewhere. And this one is by Stampin' Up, the flower one. But I like them because in the drawer they stack, so they take up a lot less room. Another item that I really like is my Miracle Tape from Viva Las Vegas Stamps. If you ever have a chance to go to Viva Las Vegas Stamps, it's awesome, but you don't have to go. You can look at their website, because their website has everything, and it's just as awesome. What it is, it comes in different widths. Like you can see, this is a thin edge. This is a thicker edge. And I'm just going to put a little edge on my card here. So I put a little bit on my tag here. I can just peel off this white paper, and I don't know if you can see that, but there's a little stripe of sticky there. You can kind of see it there. And if I wanted to apply some glitter, bazam! So it just makes a little, it's like double stick tape, but you can use it on the edges of your cards to make like a nice border. You can also use it with embossing powder, and anything that's like pigment powder you can use this with. Any sort of topical thing that you want to stick to. You can also use it with the tiny beads. So. The next is something that used to belong to my grandmother, who was a professional tailor, and I got her pinking shears, and there's also these, which I had never seen, which are scalloped edge shears, and they are heavy duty. I don't know how you sharpen them. And I purely use mine for paper, which, but can you see what a lovely scalloped edge that cuts? So I love my X-acto knife with the red handle. The blades I use are surgical blades. That is a tip that I got from Mary Jo McGraw. Hi, Mary Jo! Thank you for the tip. Because they are super, super sharp, and they just work really well. They're better than the X-acto knife blades, and they fit in here. So I'll link to those below, because I pulled out the wrong one. So yeah, so that's my top 10 favorite paper crafting tools. Now I know I promised you a bonus, and they're not really paper crafting tools, but they work on paper. I don't craft with them too often. Every once in a while I do. And these are paper fasteners. I got both of them on eBay. At the time that I got them, they were really popular, so I had to pay a little bit of money. This one is by Eagle. And it had like a sticky gum back, so I had to like put some electrical tape, and it's starting to come off. Okay, so you can see I've stuck the little piece of scalloped edge paper to my vellum, and it's hanging on there by itself. Can you see where the little indentation is? That is a very lovely piece of work. I like this, but it's not reliable for heavier papers. So my favorite one is the Bump from La Crosse, Wisconsin. Hello, Wisconsin. And what you do is you just slide your paper, your 2 pieces of paper, squeeze, and it folds, it makes a punch in the paper, and then it folds the top punch underneath, the top paper underneath in its own little slot. I love this thing. Thanks so much for watching. I'm glad you're here, and I hope you enjoyed this video. And if you did, please like, comment, subscribe, and share. Share it with a crafty friend. They'd love to see what my top 10 favorite tools are. I know they woke up saying that this morning. Get any of these tools? Let me know. I've linked to what I can in the comments below. And let me know what your favorite tools are. Okay? All right. Thanks, and have a great day. Bye!
Anything, nothing at all. Nothing at all.
My next favorite craft tool is Papercrafting tool. Let's get that straight. Because I got sewing tools, I got knitting tools, I got crochet tools, I got more tools here than there are on the Jersey Shore. Tip your waitress on your way out.